Dear students, Namaskar. In this video, I am going to explain you the second part of the second chapter of class 10th, and the chapter name is Long Walk to Freedom. In previous video, I explained you first part of the chapter, and for that I want to ask you few questions so that you can write the answers of these questions. Listen the questions very carefully. First question is, what was the full name of Nelson Mandela? Second, when was he born? Third, what was his daughter's name? Fourth, who was the second deputy president of South Africa? Next, where did inauguration ceremony take place? Next, what do you mean by amphitheater? And next, when did he become the president of South Africa? So these are the questions and you will write the answers. For writing the answers, you can pause the video. Now I am going to explain second part. A few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters and troop carriers rode in perfect formation over the Union buildings. Now, in the first part, I explained that there was an inauguration ceremony and every different countries people were sitting there and Nelson Mandela was present. After few moments, what was happening there? There was the South African jets, helicopter and troops carriers rode in perfect formation over the Union buildings. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy. Means when they were doing their job, they were demonstrating something. It was not just to show their power. It was for the demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy. Which democracy? That Nelson Mandela brought in the country. To a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. For whom they want to show their loyalty? For a new government. Whose government was there? That was the Nelson Mandela's government, and that was the first time when he was elected fairly. Because before that there was no right for black people to vote. Only moments before, the high generals of South African Defence Force and Police, their chests blessed with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. After that, every officer of the forces, whether they belong to the police or the helicopters pilot, everyone was saluting the Nelson Mandela, because that time he was going to become president of South Africa. And I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. Now he was remembering the time when he was fighting for the freedom. These were the policemen or these were the force who were not saluting him. What was they doing? They were arrested him. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left the smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the new South African flags. After that, what was happening? The Impala jets, there were the smoke of different colors, and these colors were shown in the South African flag that was newly designed. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems, and this was very important for him because that time there was two national anthems were sung, because before that only white people's national anthem uh, used to sing in any political ceremony or any function, but this is the first time when the two national anthems were there, and the vision of whites singing Nkosi Sikelel Africa. तो जो white people national anthems were there and blacks also were there. The old anthem of the Republic although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem they once despised. But what was happening there? White people's anthem, everyone knows that, but black people's anthems was not knew by the person, and they would soon know the words by heart. But Nelson Mandela had faith that soon this anthem also was learned by every people of the country. On the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo War and before my own birth. So now he was talking about the time when he was not born, before his birth. The white-skinned people of South Africa passed up their defenses and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned peoples of their country when the apartheid system had started in the country. White people discriminated the black people of his own country. Okay, and the structure they created formed the basis on the hardest, most inhuman societies by the world has ever known. Now, in the last decade of the 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, that system had been means now he was talking about that at in the starting of the 20th century. Now he is talking about the last last decade of the 20th century. He was when he was at the age of 80, means he was used to see that much time for struggling for the freedom, overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the right and freedom of all peoples, regardless of the color of their skin. Now, this is the time when no one is discriminated on the basis of their color, on the basis of their skin complexion. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people. Now he was thinking about the freedom fighters, those who participated in this fight with him. That this is the day that come today. It is for why because of that people, those who sacrifices their life. People whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Now he is saying that the tortures they had faced, no one can repay it. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. Now he is thinking about those patriot person, those who are not with him now. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices had brought. Now he is saying that this is the time when their patriots should be here. But now they were not able to see what sacrifices had brought. Means when they sacrificed for the country, now it is the democratic country, but the people were not there to thank them. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. Apartheid system. What is apartheid system? Apartheid system is, in this system there is a discrimination based of the skin color or the skin complexion. So at that time in South Africa there was apartheid system and white people discriminated black people. There were different rules for the white people and for the black people. Black people didn't have the right to vote. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt, but the decades of oppression and brutality had another intended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sissoulus, the Chief Luthelus, the Yusuf Dedos, the Bram Fishers, and Robert Sobukers of our time, men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be known again. Means now he's talking about few persons, those who were those who played most important part to get the freedom to make their country democratic. Perhaps it requires such depth of operation to create such heights of character. Now he is talking that they need the person, those who fight for freedom, they need such type of operation, such type of discrimination, such type of hardness to create such height of character, so that they can change themselves into a good power will. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil. Now he's talking about the South Africa, that South Africa is rich in minerals. As we all know, that South Africa is rich in minerals and famous for its for its diamond mining. And so he is saying that it is my country and it is famous for minerals and for the gems also. Gems, the people who are living there. But I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people. But what is he saying? He is saying, but the greatest wealth, the greatest property of this country is its people, finer and truer than the purest diamonds. Now he is saying this diamond is not more important than that type of people, those who live in this country. It is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Now he is praising the people who fought for the freedom, that these comrades inspired him to do these types of things. Time and again I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. He had seen that mean many people, many men and women sacrifice their life for the idea of democracy. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience there defies an imagination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. What is he saying? That many people sacrificed for the democracy to be that South Africa become the democratic country. To achieve this mission, many people sacrificed their life. They were tortured and they were pained very. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. From them, what did he learn? He learned that courage, what is a courage? Courage is not that the absence of fear. If you don't have the fear, it means you are courageous. Not. What is he saying? But the trump over it means you have to trump, you have to win over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquered that fear. Now he is saying, brave person never feel afraid, but he conquered that fear. What did he do? He conquered the fear for forever. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. Now he is saying that when a child born, he doesn't know anything about the hate, about the skin color, about the discrimination or the background or the religion. So he's saying that no one born with these things. People must learn to hate. Means these are the situations that make people to learn all these kinds of things. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. Now he is saying that if people learn to hate, if they can hate, then they also must learn to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Okay, when we are talking about the love, then love is a natural thing in our heart, and hate that comes from the outer part. Even in the grimmest time in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. And he was talking about the time when he was in prison, and he and his friends were tortured in different way, and the white peoples were crossing the limits. But when he saw a guards who have the humanity, then it encouraged him. But it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. For that, from this guard, he came to know that goodness is a flame that never exhausted. Actually, it can be hidden, okay, but never be extinguished. Sometimes it come out. So this is the second part of the chapter, and now next video I will explain you the third part of the chapter. Thank you.